Hello, Steve Arts 89. Well, we have had a little bit of news in the toy industry. The whole license for Star Wars and Marvel were coming up with Hasbro and Disney, and there was some conjecture that maybe they wouldn't renew the contract and that they would be ending the lines that they've got running and that they would be going to someone else to be doing Marvel and Star Wars figures. And that could lead to some interesting new things. It could be better. You could end up with a better company producing better toys at a better price, but you could also end up with a worse company producing worse toys at a worse price. And, you just lose the collections that you're already committed to and gain nothing. So there was a lot of anxiety there, but they are keeping things where they are. Basically, Hasbro's going to continue to make Star Wars and Marvel figures. Now, I don't collect any of the Marvel figures. I bought a lot of DC figures, and I did buy a bunch of Marvel figures, but they were all like from out of the box and all that a while ago. I just sort of wanted to get all the at least one of the sort of characters, and that I was sort of trying to expand my superhero collection a bit, but I wasn't buying like new figures in the boxes or anything, or waiting for them to come out like I was with McFarlane. So I haven't really embraced the Marvel Universe collection or the Star Wars vintage collections or anything. What I have been doing though was recently, last year, I can't believe it's been a year almost, for the May the 4th, I watched all the Star Wars films, which now I'm kind of embracing as a whole sort of universe now, whereas before the films on their own just never seemed enough, and I never really was able to really indulge in them or sort of immerse myself in them in that universe. Now I feel like I can. There's enough content, and that's not even including all the TV shows, which I haven't even seen. But I was like, you know what? You've only got the original vintage characters and a bunch of Power of the Force characters from the special edition sort of Star Wars figures. You didn't buy any of the ones from the prequel trilogies. You didn't buy any of the ones from the sequel trilogies. And I just went crazy and just ordered everything. I sat down and wrote out lists and went through and basically pretty much got everything except like the Red Emperor Trooper, and a couple, there's like 3 or 4 I still need, and maybe the Endor sort of outfit figures. So there's a few things I don't have, but I basically went around and bought a whole bunch of figures from the sequel and prequel trilogies I didn't have before, and sort of finished off some of the collections. I sort of had a collection of characters, but they're from different series, so I went and got the other characters from each series with the original Star Wars. So I ordered like 40 or 50 characters or something. So I have been collecting the Star Wars figures in the traditional sort of 3.75 for, I think 3.7, is it 4 or 3.7? Either way, this scale, the original vintage scale. And I've gotten a few of the vintage figures, but I haven't done the black series. That's the one people sort of talking about. So there were people who were concerned that if they lost the license, then they would be ending the black series and the Marvel Legends series, and people wouldn't get their teams or their collections finished. And I guess that's not going to happen now. It's going to be fine. They're just going to keep on going. And the problem with that is they never give us everything, because then they need to keep us coming back for more characters. So they never really end a series. They'll hang out. They'll hold on to the characters we really, really want, just to make sure we keep coming back. And sometimes when something ends, it actually can be good because they can actually finish things off. Sometimes companies will finish off a series so people can end, and then new people can come in and start off who perhaps didn't want to come into something that was half, done, that was being produced or something. So apparently that's what they did at Mattel with He-Man. They sort of ended the classics line and started the was it the Ultimates line? I can't remember. They started a line, and then Super 7 took over, and then they didn't like Super 7 was making money, so they took the license back and then started doing Origins, and that sort of politics and backwards and forwards and that sort of game and power playing does sort of happen, and people weren't sure what was going to happen, but basically it's, continuing on as normal. Hasbro will continue to make Star Wars and Marvel characters, and all the collections people are enjoying now should continue on and, in theory, be fulfilled, and everyone should be happy. Now, the alternative is maybe they would have got something better they liked more, but the companies usually just want to start new collections and make us buy the whole thing. They don't care if we didn't finish the other collection. They don't want us to have completion and feel fulfilled and have what we want. They just want us to buy their product. So it's probably for a good thing that Mattel is staying with Star Wars and Marvel. But we'll see. I was not impressed with Mattel getting the McFarlane line because I just started collecting them and really enjoyed starting to collect them, and now they're ending that. And I'm trying to look at the Master Universe figures and compare them and think what new Mattel figures could be like, but we won't know until we get them. We'll see, because they did a lot of mass market figures that weren't very good quality, and McFarlane really managed to sort of find a balance between mass marketing and collectible quality, and Mattel never really had that. So we'll see where that goes. As far as I can tell, they never really had that. So we'll see where that goes. We'll know soon enough. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of Mattel and Disney continuing to work together.